Hello friends, welcome back to the channel. It is kind of a gloomy morning this morning, so it's a nice time to actually get out here. You can probably hear some birds. There you go. Beautiful this morning. These are the Haas Tools Savannah mustards, I think is what they're actually called. I'll definitely double check that for you guys, but they're in absolute abundance and I need to get them cut, and I'm gonna take them over to my parents' house. So this is a cut and come again plant, so I can actually just cut them and I know that they will definitely be coming back. And so look how beautiful they are. They have a spinach-like kind of texture to them, and that's actually why I like them, because they're not your typical collard green and or mustard green. And they're just in such abundance right now. So it makes it really nice, because like I'm barely putting a dent in picking. This is the kind of stuff that you want to grow if you're in need of food, for sure, because it's got a lot of great vitamins to it and it's super healthy. You don't have to go to the grocery store. I'm literally shopping in my backyard, and I'm able to provide food to my family. So I've definitely cut a nice chunk out, but there are absolutely still plenty to go. And like I said, this is a cut and come again plant. This bag is completely full, and so that makes it really nice. I just busted Pumpkin red-handed digging a hole. I do not have her collar out here with me. I thought she would actually behave for like 5 minutes, and she's obviously not behaving, so we're gonna have to start her on that shock collar. It's really just gonna buzz her. I'm not actually gonna shock her, but I have to do something to stop her behavior, because just telling her no doesn't work. All right, so the next set of plants that I'm gonna be cutting from, you guys have seen me cut numerous times, is my mustard greens and my arugula. So these are, again, another cut and come again plant. So we need to go ahead and get some of these cut out for us. I actually had someone, they said they had no idea that these plants were cut and come again. And so they were just ripping the whole entire plant out. So I wanted to share that with you all, so that you know that you can just get multiple cuttings from these plants. As long as the weather is fairly cool, you're gonna get the best mustard greens that you've probably ever had, because because they like really kind of cool weather. you can see, we've got these giant mustards. They're like bigger than me, so it's super nice to be able to cut these and be able to provide this for food for people. And that's what I'm saying, like, you got to start thinking this way. You got to start thinking what will grow really good in my area and how can I feed people for an extended period of time. This is definitely for us survival food. We can you know, you can, I've talked a lot about mustards. You can use them in a wrap. You can just saute them down, boil them, make like a stew, soup with them, add some potatoes and meat, and you've really got a good nutritional plant here that a lot of people just kind of ignore and don't give a lot of love to. But I'm telling you, mustards are definitely the way to go. So I will continue cutting these down. Like I said, this is just a plethora of food that I don't have to go to the grocery store with, and I'm going to be sharing with my family. All right, so over here we have our red mustard greens. We've also got some dill growing in the garden. So I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna cut these. Now the red mustards to me are definitely not as sweet as those green mustards, but look at the color on them. Is that not beautiful? So I like to mix these ultimately. I just take them and mix them with the green mustards and they taste perfectly fine. So here's some radishes that actually got too big, but I'll throw them in there anyway. We'll see how they turn out. They might be a little too woody, but you never know. Yeah, look, I let them go like way too long. So now we've made some room for our parsley and our dill, and it looks like there's actually a tiny little tomato that's trying to pop through, so. All right, friends, so we have more arugula. So we're just gonna start cutting it. I just cut a bunch over on the other side for my parents and my nephews, because my parents have my nephews a lot. So like I said, if you think about it, this is just a lot of food for them so that they don't have to go out and purchase. It's important that we get our greens in our life. People don't think about that, but well, you guys might, but a lot of people don't think about how much money this is actually saving. And like the fact that we actually need it is important. And I just throw these seeds out here. I don't, it's live or die. I've got several large grocery bags just slot full of deliciousness from the garden, and this is just what I want to encourage you guys, is that This is cut and come again. You have seen me cut arugula before. I had like 5-gallon size bags completely full. I would still be getting more from the garden, except I honestly ran out of paper or plastic bags, and I don't have any paper bags or anything else that I can put them in right now. So that's what I'm saying. It's important that we are growing. It's important that we create some sustainability in our life, and that we know where our food comes from. So that's what I want to encourage you guys today, is get out there if you can, try to grow, connect with people in your community that are growing, and reap the abundance that this can bring to you, because you can bless not only your own home and family and provide some support, but you can also bless others. So until next time, everybody, love one another, be kind, and I will see you guys really soon. All right, friends, so I just wanted to show you, here's that book that I was talking about. It's called Unoffendable. I have had this book for a while. This is the book that I was saying that I recommend to some of my clients and my friends. I just think it's a really good book. It doesn't cost that much on Amazon. So I just wanted you to show you guys that I actually do have this book and I do use it. So we were talking about a couple things that I got. Here is that pond apple. This is the one that I ordered. It was, I think I said it's called Sow Exotic seeds, but that's not what it's, where I got it from. I just got it from a company. It's just called Sow Exotic. And I will link it, if I can remember, I'll link it down in the bottom of this so you guys can have the notes. It definitely looks like it's kind of got some disease on it, so it's fine. You know, sometimes shipping really takes a toll on these little plants, so it's just kind of like a little stick. I'm gonna go ahead, it does really well in swampy areas, it does really well in down by wetlands, so I'm actually gonna be putting that somewhere down by our lake, since it doesn't like full wetness, but it definitely needs to get some water. The other thing is, as I said, I would bring you guys back if I ended up getting the Barbados cherry. And so I have had Barbados cherries before, and they haven't really lived for me. So, and it's probably just me because I like a plant that's pretty easy to maintain. But here you go. Here is the Barbados cherry. Our local Lowe's actually had it, and it was $13.98 is what I paid for it. I actually ended up getting 2 of them. So the other one is actually over here. So, I think I'm going to end up putting them along the fence line for sure, because I think that's kind of the best spot for them. The only thing I'm concerned about is they really don't tolerate temperatures past 40 degrees. And unfortunately, we may end up getting times for sure when we are below 40. So it's going to be a plant that I'm going to have to cover. In one of my last videos, you guys saw that I have some of those frost covers. Let me show you what they look like. All right, so here's what our frost covers look like. They're just white, basically sheets that you're just gonna go ahead and throw over your plants. I have this box and I have a ton of frost cover sheets just because that's something that around here you just never know if you're gonna actually need to utilize. And so I definitely keep those around because we could definitely get cold spells. You guys know it was very cold in one of my last videos. I had that little hoodie jacket on because it's just not Florida temperatures that we're used to. And I anticipate as we move forward in the future, that's probably going to be more stuff that we actually see happening. You know, sometimes we have nice warm winters. I've seen where we've been out on the lake during the fall. But then there's times that, you know, you're going to get hit with those cold spells. So we're going to continue planting. As soon as I get these plants in the ground, I'll show you actually where we ended up placing them. I did also end up planting the pineapple guava. And so that is over here on this side of our house, so over by the fence line. We wanted to do a bunch of like bushes and kind of just line it up against the fence, but I was looking for more pineapple guava and I have been seeing them be like outrageously priced, and I'm just not gonna spend like $30 on a pineapple guava when I got those for like maybe like 10 bucks, and they were tiny and I had to upgrade them, like keep up potting them. But the other thing that I'm gonna get planted today that I need to get done we got a lot of new like little trees coming in, so I'm really excited. Well, not a lot, but a nicer different variety, and that's going to be those kumquats. So I have 4 kumquat trees, and I think I'm also going to plant those against the fence. I think that'll make like a nice kind of little block or shade. They shouldn't get too tall. I ended up planting a mango over here. It kind of looked mostly dead, so we'll see how that goes. Mango plants can be really expensive, but thankfully one of my friends at work, she had given me that for Christmas. So we'll just take it day by day. I'm gonna get some stuff started. Oh, our new grow beds came in too, so they're a nice blue color. I haven't actually opened it for official looking. I'll do that with you guys, but that's just something to look forward to as we move forward. And then we got to get some compost and clean out these other beds, so a lot of work ahead of us. So we are definitely going to be staying busy, but check out your local Lowe's or Home Depots right now. They seem to have a lot of plants going on, so if this is something that you're interested in doing, you know, take that into consideration. The other thing is that I also gave my green stock to my parents, and I saw that they had some strawberries up there, so that's a nice thing that my parents could actually plant in that green stock. So the green stock's just not for me, and it's not a purchase that I would end up making again for sure. I definitely love the Vigo beds the most. So all right, I'm gonna get these planted, and then I'll bring you guys back so you can see actually where they are placed in our yard, and hopefully we'll be getting a lot more fruit and different varieties of things as we move forward. So alright, so you gotta have a little bit of an extra bonus, right? I actually was able to find a box, an Amazon box, and this box is just full of kale. Look how beautiful and purple that kale is. And then underneath this kale, I have additional vegetables like shoved in here. I have a lot of, it's a different type of like mustard green. It's an Asian like type green, so I have that under here. But that's what I'm saying, like I literally could still take more out. I just don't have enough boxes or bags to put everything in. But is that just like, that's beautiful. Like I'm so proud of what I'm growing, and I really just want you guys to be so encouraged by this and know that you can do it too. And you know, we got to be thinking about this stuff. My mom sent me this message. I don't know if it's like a fact or not, but anyway, something about the White House said something about like taking away electricity, and that Jesus didn't have electricity and he was just fine. I don't know if that's like a fact or not, but I think it's definitely food for thought regardless. Like, what if we didn't have electricity, whether it was done on purpose or whether something happened? I mean, think about that stuff. Don't forget, I do have a sun oven, and in a case like that, you might need to use it. Make sure that you've got, you know, your propane, so that you could maybe cook something. Maybe think about building a rocket stove. Just food for thought for people that, you know, are concerned. I think that's a fair statement to say. So, all right, everyone, keep growing. Until next time, I'll see you guys soon.